Hello super friends and welcome to DC TV Talk. This is the show where we talk all things Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And in today's video we're going to be discussing and breaking down who really is the character at the moment known as Konomi Rhodes in Arrow Season 7. So let's discuss. Now, I made a video a while back talking about all the new casting descriptions that were released for Arrow Season 7. One of them included a character known as Konomi Rhodes. Now, this is, of course, or most likely going to be a fake name that are given to these characters, although it could turn out to be her real name. We don't know that yet. But we have been trying to figure out who this Konomi Rhodes character could be. Previously, I thought that this character could be along the lines of Cheshire, maybe Lady Shiva, or a member of the Longbow Hunters. However, recently, I've had some thinking about this, and due to other rumours and other developments going on within the DC TV world, I have a new theory as to who this character could be, or at least who this character could be adapting from. Now, obviously, that description is a bit overwhelming, and actually something that the show definitely will not pursue. Obviously, the Robert Queen connection with Robert being her father will not happen on the show. There's no way that Robert Queen ever met Shadow. There's no way he would have ever had a child with Shadow. Also, Robert Queen is significantly older than Shadow, so, you know, I don't think the show would really want to deal with that at all. So you can kind of assume that Robert Queen not involved in this whatsoever. In terms of Oliver, obviously she is Oliver's half-sister. Again, I can't see them doing that because I can't really see where the connection to Oliver would come from. Obviously, in the comics it makes sense, but I can't see where this would come from in the show. If this was Earth 2, you could maybe kind of see it, given the fact that Robert Queen was the one who went on Oliver's journey in that Earth, but in that reality, I should say. But in terms of Earth 1, in terms of this reality, not going to happen. So, who could this character really be, and what is her connection to everything, and just everything going on in Season 7? Although she won't be connected to Robert Queen and also won't be connected to Oliver, I could definitely see a connection to Shadow being a thing. Obviously, Shadow, a very prevalent character in the first couple of seasons of Arrow. She was a very significant character to Oliver in the flashbacks. She was a particularly strong love interest for Oliver while he was on the island. And I feel like, you know, there is a potential and there is a possibility that perhaps there were some kind of interactions there on the island that caused Shadow to be impregnated with Oliver's child. So, could this be Oliver's kind of estranged daughter? I definitely think that's a possibility. Although, I think a more likely possibility is that she is just Shadow's daughter with another man. Obviously, that father could be literally anybody else. But I think the most likely option is that this could be Shadow's daughter, or at least related to Shadow in some way. And I think that would be a really awesome route to take down the character, to connect her back to Shadow, to give us that Season 1, Season 2 connection, and have her be the one coming after Oliver. Maybe she wants revenge on Oliver because she kind of sees the way her mother died in the same way that Slade did. Or maybe she's coming to Oliver for help. I don't know. But it could be a really cool way to kind of connect her back to Shadow and connect her to one of those main essential characters that we had back in the show back then. Let's say that this character was actually looking to be assisted with Oliver and to actually help him. We can definitely see that this character is going to be a vigilante of some kind. Why is that? Well, there is an audition tape released online from an actress who has been obviously auditioning for the role. And in that video, the way she's speaking, the way she's acting, it's very much like a vigilante would act within Star City. Also, in one of the particular tapes of the audition, she actually does a bow and arrow pose where she's aiming a bow. So this character is an archer, which is a plus. That again kind of links her to Emiko Queen a little bit more. This character is most definitely an archer. So that means that this could be a new member of Team Arrow, which I think would be a really awesome way to do it. And a really cool way to tie her into the story. Perhaps when Oliver comes out of prison, she will be like, you know, this is like a relative of Shadow. She seeks him out, and he decides to take her on and take her under his wing as a new member of Team Arrow, especially because Team Arrow is most likely still going to be split next season. I can see that happening, so this could be a really cool way to add another new member to like the original Team Arrow lineup, and that could be a really awesome character to include as another badass archer. This adds fuel to the fire in terms of the rumour, which is that this character could be the new Speedy. Obviously, Speedy was the mantle of Thea Queen when she was on the show, and also technically the mantle of Roy, but obviously Roy didn't like that name, he had Arsenal instead. And even though Roy, of course, is coming back next season and he is a series regular, I think it'd be really cool to actually give this mantle of Speedy back to or to give that mantle to this new character, to this Konomi Rose character. I think it'd be a really awesome way to, again, give her own superhero identity. Maybe she wouldn't go by the name Speedy, but she would still have her own superhero code name, hopefully a new sort of suit. I don't want to see her get another red suit, to be honest. I'd kind of like to see like another different one, considering how Roy's had a red suit, Thea had a red suit, and Roy could get a red suit again in Season 7, so I kind of don't want a red suit, but I could definitely see this character being the new Speedy. And even though if she's not called Speedy, it could definitely be something else. And I really think that would be an awesome way to introduce this character onto the show and into the season, making her a vigilante, making her on Team Arrow and giving her back that mantle, making her a badass archer and making her an awesome sidekick to Oliver. Now, in terms of those other characters that I mentioned earlier about who this character could be, I still think Cheshire is a possibility. I think Cheshire is definitely a high kind of potential target, especially because of Roy Harper's return to the show. Roy Harper is extremely connected to Cheshire in the comics, so again, that could be a way to kind of bring her in and to bring Roy back in, as if this character is an adaptation of Cheshire. And also in terms of Emiko Queen, obviously I wouldn't say this character will be Emiko Queen. I doubt her name will even be Emiko. I think her name will be something entirely different, but this would definitely be an adaptation of that character and, you know, kind of switching it up a bit. Maybe this could be a combination of Emiko Queen and Cheshire. Maybe this character knew Roy back when he was on the run, and this is how she comes back into it. Maybe it's not Oliver that draws her back in. Maybe it's Roy. Maybe she's hunting Roy down. That would be a really awesome storyline, I think, is if Roy is kind of being hunted by this character, maybe her and Oliver kind of become at odds, and this is when Oliver kind of changes her. I think that'd be a really awesome storyline, and I think that this character is really intriguing. I love every time Arrow introduces a new archer onto the show, especially because obviously the show is called Arrow. I love it when they introduce a new archer, so it'd be awesome if this character could be a new archer on Team Arrow, and all this news really, really excites me about this character going forward in Season 7. But what do you guys think about Konomi Rhodes? Make sure you tell me all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who do you think this character truly is? And what do you think her purpose is going to be on the show in Season 7? Do you think she's going to be a new sidekick for Oliver? Do you think she's going to be a villain? She could easily be a villain on this show. You know, we don't know that. But what do you think she is? Who do you think she is? And what do you think her purpose is? Like I said, personally, I think this character could easily be an adaptation of the Emiko Queen character, or it could be a combination of Emiko Queen and Cheshire coming together to make this new character on the show, which would be a really awesome idea. But make sure you tell me all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, be sure to check out my weekly DC TV Arrowverse podcast called Honor Thy Podcast, which I do with my good friend Dan McCants, aka Mulekick Media, where we discuss everything from Supergirl to Legends of Tomorrow. So if you like my channel and you want to see more content like this, be sure to check out my podcast. The link is in the description down below. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. It will help me out a lot. And share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DC TV and get them to join the community. And as always, guys, please subscribe for all of your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and Black Lightning. And with all that said, guys, I hope to see you again in my next video.